And the benefit of doing this minigame is the bladed dive and the, what was it, not dead shot, but mutated dazzle shot? Was it? I remember, I often like dazing shot, yeah, there we go, thank you. I'm not good at names. Yeah. I tried to find an example for it, and this is kinda what it is. I have no clue what it's actually named in like a game-wise, but when you basically have to endurance a lot of enemies, there's some kind of mode. It was that in Lord of the Rings games too. I love the Lord of the Rings games. Some kind of tower endurance, and it like spawned 50 enemies. A gauntlet, is that what it's called? A gauntlet? Guess you maybe get a feel of it, but the difference is that I have to kill 75% of the map to continue. Okay, there we go. I learned a new word. Thank you, chat. Learning this silly Norwegian, corny Norwegian, and new English words. Or basically a mode that is. I need to drink more potions, right? I'm forgetting about drinking. That's my worst thing about doing this game. I miss the potions all the time. I'm glad that I didn't have the effect this time. Last time I had a snow world, I had this volcanic effect thing going. And that was rageful. I hope I never experience that again, because that made me angry. That made me very angry. As a colorblind person, that was really hard for me to deal with. Maybe not angry, but I was actually like disappointed in a way, like heavily disappointed, angrily heavily disappointed. No idea. But yeah, I really recommend doing Shattered Worlds for, like, if you're ever going to try to collect it for the at least collect it for the 2 abilities. Okay, Leah. So here's the deal. Before you get the tier 3 lodge, right, in Anachronia, what you want to do? This must leave the chat room, because I want you to share this information. The current method before you get tier 3 lodge is that you do 2 of one color and 1 of another color. And then you pay attention to the damage splats. It's something you have to guess, you see. But that way, it's most efficient. It's the most efficient way to do them before tier 3. And when you get tier 3, I think it was decided that you should go for 3. Because the worst frog gets removed then. You can right click the frogs then. So then count how many, if you're colorblind as me as well, what you do is that you can still see the numbers, right? So you right click the frogs that you want to catch, you see it's yellow, right? And then you get the sticks with 2 yellow and 1 red maybe, right? You take those and take them in the catapults. And then you watch the animation, if you have problems with the colors. And then you know that, okay, none of this hit 30k. Then it must be the last frog I didn't do, the blue one. But if you see that 2 splats were the yellow ones, I mean, 2 splats were yellow, right? No, I mean, 2 of the splats were 15k or 30k or whatever if you took it on other parts. Then you will know that you should have gone from the one that you picked 2 from. Oh, damn. Then I'm a bit unsure. Maybe you could. Maybe the best idea would actually give a suggestion and ask Jagex if they can write in the chats what the colors are, because they are hard to see for colorblind. I wrote in early RuneScape 2 times there was this random event that was really hard for colorblind's, because there was like what is the color of this triangle? And I'm like, well, they asked for too much alike colors for me here. I have to guess. Oh, that was the wrong one. I had a 50% chance. And then it repeats maybe and stuff like that, right? Yeah, I think it would be a good reason to suggest that. These days you you should like maybe try to tweet Jagex about this. Maybe even Shawnee and RuneScape in a tweet. And then ask a favor of your fans if they could please support this one thing because of the condition you have to deal with, right? I think that can work. They need some pressure, I'm afraid. They need some pressure before they do something, but I would give you a like and up on that one. But you should test if it's caught in filter, because that I have no idea about. The filter displays what kind of... I have a hard time seeing these green zones here, as an example. They're very close to invisible for me, unless I do this. Really hard for me to see. I have no idea about the chats, but... No, this is Diddy Kong Racing. It's actually a snow course, oddly enough. Did I forget to turn this off? Or did it run out? I've tried that actually. I did actually try this, but it didn't help. I wish we had more color options for sure. There are some things that I have a problem reading to. I remember it was something that I didn't have to do anymore because I'm done or something. But something that really annoyed me. It's a color option. Just can't remember which one it was. We just have to push towards like making it more friendly for people with some kind of some like disabilities, like colorblindness or no, different things. Basically ways to make it more appealing. I mean, not appealing, but yeah, kind of more appealing for us to try out things. I can see that being a problem for sure. How does that make? How would you say? Would you say that autism makes the game a bit hard sometimes for you in particular? Just wondering. I just want to say that if you must never think that having autism or stuff like that is a bad thing. It's a trait. That's it. Because I have a lot of friends. I just don't want to say it the wrong way or whatever. I have a lot of friends with autism and stuff, and a lot of them had very difficulty to respect that I had it, or like they really felt bad for having it. But I found them really skillful in a lot of aspects, you know. Like they had a lot of interest and stuff. Really wise people, all the same. Just had a different perspective on the world, you know. But just wondering if what do you say that RuneScape, like in particular? Is it anything that makes it hard? Like, is there a lot of attention grabbing? I just kind of want to make clear that as a person that fights for good mental health when I possibly can though, that we all have some traits or something to deal with in life. I have really low tinnitus for one, on the side of, well, I could list a lot of things that I have, but I try not to make it ruin something for me still. Like, I want to try even though the chances are against me, or something like that, something along those lines. But I don't think that you should never let anyone ruin it just because you have some kind of condition or whatever. Don't let that make it all negative for you. Oh dear. I need to backtrack. I was told, I was told in school when dyslexia was new. I was told in school that I shouldn't expect anything in life. I was just dealt with the wrong cards, my teacher said. Like, you will probably make an okay life, the teacher said, but don't expect too much. You have dyslexia, you're not going to make it that far. That's what they told to me. You know what I did? I found out that I was really good in English compared to Norwegian. And thanks to games like RuneScape, because I've been playing that since I was since I was really young, I excelled in English. What's the glossaries or something? Glossaries? No, not sure. Glossary in Norwegian. I have no idea if someone can help me on that sentence there, but with that sentence there. But yeah, like, I took double of them. I had to remember words, like how to write them and everything. I took the double amount compared to my class. Groceries, isn't that? That's like words from a store. I'm talking about remembering words. I have to. Glossary, yeah, okay. I took the double amount. I had dyslexia, I took the double amount and I got them correct. English was important for me as a kid. And at some point I was really angry with Norwegian because I failed at it so much. And my teacher told my parents that I should, like, okay, he's good in English, but you should actually demote him. You shouldn't motivate more English. He has enough English. He needs to learn Norwegian now. My teacher told him. I wasn't allowed to get English books. I really wanted to read the Harry Potter series in English, but I was told that I couldn't do that. And they killed my interest in books with that. Like, really messed up in a way. I had a dedication to like books then, but they ruined it for me. Glossary. Okay, I see. I need to stand this. Well, what I want to say with my story now, what I want to say with it is that if you have some things in life that makes you happy, like hobbies or whatever, don't let anyone ruin that for you. Ever. It's your thing. If you like to be silly, be silly. If someone is annoyed with you, their personality just doesn't clash with yours, that's it. I even have some personality types that I don't clash with, but I've learned to tolerate them. Nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong at all. It's actually me having a problem with the personality type that I cannot handle. But I try my best to actually learn to tolerate people, because especially when they don't mean anything bad with it, it's not their fault. Yeah, for sure, if you like that, you do that. And I'm sure that everyone, even though we don't think so, everyone gets those people that needs to feed off with their negative energy. That gets dopamine of making bad situations like drama and everything. I'm sure we all come across that at one point. But that's they just want you to, you know, get triggered and all that stuff. They want to see a reaction from you because they feel they get that dopamine effect then. If you've seen the scene with the Warbringer scene with from World of Warcraft with the not Jaina but the undead elf, I forgot the name. It's a line about you made life your enemy. Like, I feel bad for you. You made your life your enemy. It's kind of the same feeling I have with bullies. I feel bad for them because they have to feed off negative energy. So I kind of relate that scene to bullying in a way. Like, that's how I kind of see it. Like, a person that makes a high screech, like, and she was a banshee, you know. The people that needs to do something really big sometimes, because that's what they feel is right. I'm lucky. I get to feed on others people's happiness instead. Like, if I find out that someone is happy, I get a good feeling. I'm lucky enough to get the dopamine from happy feeling. But to those people, some people get it off negative trauma and all that stuff. They're explosive, yeah. Let's not die to that, okay? Let's not die to that. So my short views on the topic is basically, if you're not a jerk to others, whoever you are, like, whatever you do or whatever, you're not a jerk to others, you're alright. That's very nice to hear, actually. Thank you, Sarah. And that's the part about making, like, I run a game house in my city. I call it a game house. It's kind of a teenage building that we have certain days with video game events, but for some reason I like to call it a game house, even though it's not really that. But 140 events was held last year, and I had a RuneScape meeting. I actually had a RuneScape event. I invited everyone that wanted to come. In a way. I even haven't taken away the meetup command from a stream here. Oh, there. Oh, there. I misclicked. If you ever do, search up GG Bergen. Shows up in my promotion wall there. I don't get money off that promotion wall, by the way. It's just something I do for some things that I support, like events and such, to make awareness. The events are free entrance. Gaming events. Like twice a week. Both teenagers and young adults, mainly. Like, you can enter if you're older. You're allowed to. But it's primarily for younger people. Where is the portal? Are you? Yeah, you fit in. Like, you're actually in the culture department's view in Norway. You're actually not an adult, a culture adult before you turn 26. Yeah. You're a culture teenager until you turn 26. A bit funny, I think, but yeah. Don't view you as an adult. So that means that if I run events that have this condition of free rent, they have a lot of free rent possibilities in my city. I'm lucky with that. So, in my city, if we are under that age group, then that means that we can rent 3 buildings. If we host it primarily for kids, we can do for older people too, but primarily it should be for those people. Oh dear, I need to be careful here. You can even search up the Twitch channel if you like. GG Bergen TV. You can see that basically that I'm a man of my word that I actually hold these events, because we do competitive. We have some competitive events too. So then we host like Super Smash Bros events. But I've held my second I've held my second RuneScape event this weekend. There wasn't too many attending, but it was a good number of 15 and with great people. And we got sponsored free pizza, and after the main event was done, the adults went to town together. To get some drinks and stuff, just like casually, but not big drinkers, you know, but that wasn't a part of the GG Bergen event though, that was like just to end it, but yeah. Must say that we primarily hold like we probably speak Norwegian at that channel mostly though. So that's one thing just to get out there, I guess. Yes, I guess it can be relevant. Where's the portal, chat? There it is. So that's an organization I've run. I wasn't the main founder, but I was one of the founders of the organization. I did like come with suggestions. I started the organization just like a clan in RuneScape. You need some people to witness you forming the organization and start it off with you, ideally. So I was one of the founders, but not the main founder. But I basically did plan with the main founder and everything. I'd run game events in front of that time. I've even been a Pokemon ambassador for the Norwegian Nintendo group sellers Bergsala, because we don't, or Nintendo Norway is run by the company Bergsala. So I actually gave from the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I was one of the people that gave out gave out the ticket so you could get one of the legendaries. It was a bit fun. Like I proved to them. I sent a okay, I do this many steps averagely. I have a job that makes me visit a lot of random places like shopping malls, and I will bring my 3DS there. Like, that is sick CV in a way of nerdism. I'm willing to do this, so I can even they can even meet me at the closest mall if they send me a message. Really dedicated, but like most people met me at a store named Outland and some other events, gaming events I held with it. So they can just visit and get the Pokemon. I've done a lot of things like that, and I don't regret all those times I was about to say wasted actually, but no, it's not a waste. All the time I spent running events like that, it's not been a waste. Not at all.